All right, have you prayed is the title of that particular song. A new start to a fresh week. Indeed, the weekend is over. For those of you who don't love Mondays, there is nothing you can do about it. Absolutely nothing you can do about it. It is Monday, the beginning of a new working week. We pray that the Almighty God takes us through so that whatever each and everyone has planned for the week comes to success. Of course, the weekend was packed with quite a number of things. This morning, or right here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, we take a critical look at some of them. One on our table has to do with issues on vaccination. Pretty shortly, the Ghana Health Service will roll out quite a number of them as well. But you need to be aware of these vaccinations, the significance of vaccination. You know, there seem to be some sort of myths and misconceptions about all of that. But this morning on our as part of our conversation, we'll be having we'll have a talk on that particular issue, looking at the immunity gap, how important are vaccination exercises here in Ghana. On the other hand, as well, we take a look at the resetting tour by His Excellency John Dramani Mahama over the weekend. He was very much busy together with his team up north. We will analyze all of the key highlights of all that went on over the weekend. So brace up as we serve you nothing but the best of breakfast right here on TV. Welcome to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. My name is Randy Ahaji. And quickly to start off with our motivation, it says Mondays are for fresh starts and focused minds. Mondays are for fresh starts and focused minds. Of course, you can't begin the week with any sort of negativity. You can't begin the week with weak mind. You can't begin the week with laziness, right? You need to be focused. You need to set your goals right, have your priorities right, and of course work towards it. Work harder than you used to work. I mean, forget about what happened last week. Yes, indeed, you might not necessarily be able to achieve all the goals that you've set for yourself, but that should give you the opportunity that, look, you can make it work. You can correct that wrong. You can right the mistakes of yesterday. And indeed, that is exactly what Monday gives us. Start with fresh energy, have the positive mindset, have a clean heart, and remain focused. Most definitely, that is how the week should be looking out for you and I. Continue to work hard. As you work hard, say a little prayer as well to the Almighty God. And indeed, that's exactly how we start this morning's edition of the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. But let's quickly look at our weather for the morning. Currently, the temperature is hovering around 27 degrees Celsius, getting a little bit hot out there as well. And it's expected to rise to 32, 33 degrees Celsius, hitting 12 noon, 1 p.m. thereabouts, heading into sunset. Also, no signs of rain showers across board. But of course, as I mentioned, the weather is going to be very hot. So as always, we advise you that you wear some light clothes as you step out. And for those of you who would have to protect your eyes, get some good shades to protect those eyes of yours. And remember to drink a lot of water. It's very important. And something I want to talk about, I don't know, but have they increased the price of sachet water? Have they? Because the same shop I bought this sachet water from, I think last week or so, yeah, so this is a new week, so last 2 weeks, they sold to me at 10 cedis. I don't want to put out the name of the brand, but they sold to me at 10 cedis. Interestingly, Friday, I went to that same shop to buy the same sachet of water, and it was sold to me at 13 cedis. Maybe out of Mpe, so I didn't argue with the woman. I just, okay, really, I went home cooler. So I want to find out, I mean, have they really increased? Officially, we know that conversation was done and dusted. They settled it. The stakeholders went into a crunch meeting, and the resolution was that, well, they wouldn't increase the prices yet. They will absorb it. So how can retailers are selling at that price? I don't know about you, but let's see how it pans out. Whilst at it, please drink a lot of water. It's very necessary. On the other score also, let me just use the opportunity one more time to caution our drivers on our roads. And again, on the vehicle that was recently banned from operating as a public transport, a means of public transport, you know, the Voxy, the Toyota Voxy thing. Over the weekend, I saw a gory accident again in the news. where it was as a result of recklessness, but this same car was involved. I don't know, I want to plead with us as passengers. Look, let's stay safe. Maybe we can try as much as possible to avoid this. Now, one thing I picked from the grounds is that sometimes you go to the lorry parks, then this bookmen and how do they call them, station masters and whatever, they provide just that car. And for a fact that you're also in a haste to move, you have no choice than to join that particular car, the Voxy I'm talking about. So it's something we should be looking at to see how best we can solve the whole problem. Because look, every single life really, really matters. In as much as we would hold drivers responsible, there are other factors. You and I know there are other factors that contribute to road accidents on our various roads as well. But it's a conversation that we should be having maybe within the week as well. So brace up, feel free to join the conversation on all our social media platforms. You can as well drop your messages in our SMS or WhatsApp number. It's the 055-269-7939, 055-269-7939. Let's take a breather. I want to return. I'll introduce my chefs, and then we can set off right here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Stay with me, there is more.
Not too long ago, the great President John Mahama went to the United Nations and spoke for my people of Jamaica and the Caribbean and the Americas. And you said, we are not looking a handout, but recognition of what took place in the transatlantic slave trade. I thank you, my president. I am a child who suffer from this. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. And tonight I sing a song to go along with your mission of reparations. Not a handout, but to acknowledge. But we're gonna do it not just reggae style, we're gonna do it high life. A high life remix by me, Graham Smargan of Morgan Heritage. Oh, President Mahama, I thank you for saying what you said at the United Nations. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Zimbabwe, not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Across the ocean, torn from the land. Chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But your light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come, yeah. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. Not charity, but exposing them both. Now a new day of justice is born. Africa crying out loud. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, I give you strength. From Ghana to Zimbabwe, we thank you for holding the way. We say, Mahama, justice must come. Africa and the Caribbean as one. I say from Jamaica right to Accra. Now a new day of justice is born. Play it low. Across the ocean, I was torn from the land. There was chains on my feet, whip in the hand. But Jah light carried us through the storms. Now a new day of justice is born. Mahama, Africa, and the Caribbean as one. Now a new day of justice is born. Papa Mahama, Africa is crying out. Now a new day of justice is born. I love you. Much love from Jamaica. Ooh yeah. We say Mahama, justice must come. Now a new day of justice is born. We say Mahama, justice must come, yeah. Now a new day of justice is born. Reparations.
Do you want a sugar-free, freshly squeezed fruit juice? Choose Greenline fruit juice and smoothies filled with vitamin C, calcium, iron, fiber, and zinc. Every drop of Greenline juice and smoothies is naturally made to give you energy, good health, and refreshment. Enjoy your favorite Greenline orange, pineapple passion, watermelon, pineapple and turmeric, pineapple beetroot, pineapple and ginger, and healthy green. Greenline fruit juice and smoothies, powered by nature.
Only a father can understand. Only a husband can understand. Only a man can understand. Prostate cancer. It's about more than fear of cancer. It's about fear of losing urinary control and sexual function. That's why more men turn to Jackson South for robotic surgery than anywhere else in South Florida. Get the facts at jacksonprostatefacts.org. Miracles made daily.
In the early hours of a Ghanaian morning, two breakfast champions rise to feed the nation, Wache and Hausa Cocoa. Bold, comforting and irresistibly Ghanaian, these dishes are more than just food, they are a way of life. But which of these meals is the most sought after Ghanaian breakfast? So, we head to the streets to hear what everyday Ghanaians think.
My ideal Ghanaian breakfast is Wache. I mean, what else? It has to be Wache.
Cocoa. Because as more than me, the person may be Diane de Edu. Never meet me Yadum. But Mumiti and Cocoa. The Bambeti Martina and Pasa Frugia. Santa Cra, Adiabasan.
In the morning, I have to heat up before going to work. So I think when I take in cocoa, it gives me the morale to at least heat up to go and work.
Watch it because I can add more of protein to it. I like proteins a lot. So I'm able to add my vegetables, my salad, my meat, my sausage and everything. And it sustains me for a long period at work. Instead of cocoa that I'll take in the morning, I'll probably have to get lunch. But Wache can sustain me from morning to like say afternoon. And when I go home, I'll have my dinner.
checked in with vendors who serve these breakfasts daily and brought in a nutritionist to break it down.
Coconut me to nenye se obi wo ha won pe cocoa but wonum mi coconut na wo be se de bia eya mi manya manu ekom cocoa ewo baby a obi a lunko na lungu bi o uche ma wu cocoa but obi mu obe chai lungu na wa ba wo wa wo she baby na wa ba beto because say na me ye no maybe a different chi say obi je.
Wache de aduane eye anapa aduane breakfast. The sorry anaje 11. Na amache 3. Ebedu amache 3. Na ni nyina aben. Till 4:30 na ye wa.
Now that we know what your ideal breakfast is, what's your ultimate wache combo?
Alright, so welcome back. Many thanks for still staying with us right here on WoezorTV. Remember, this is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. And then she's been missing from the kitchen for a while, but she's back. And you know, the second coming of Christ, you know the story. The second coming of every mankind gets bigger and better. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome. Is it with a round of applause or a hand of applause? Miss Na Karen Oyo Kote. Charlie, I miss you. If not for something like I will give you a hug, then I spray money on you.
Hey, spray. Spray the money.
Hold on.
Throw it.
Hold on. I say hold on. Today, what's today's date?
Today is
20th. Hey, yeah,
yes.
20th.
Don't I waiting for Boss J?
Hold on. Boss J, good morning. Yeah, good morning.
It's just 20th and you've already started.
Oh, can't I greet again? Can't I say shout out again?
Do you always come and give Boss J shout? You see, Boss J, this morning I want to say something. I want to be an advocate for you. These guys here have been using you.
Oh, how?
It's like they use you and they dump you. When you finish paying the salaries, then they dump you. When their account starts reading red, then they come and they mention your name here, boss. They use you and dump you. When have you come to the office?
Where were you? Do you know what we were doing before you came back?
What were you doing?
Don't do that. We can't dump Boss Joe. He's a big man in the office. Hey, from today till next week, the kind of treatment he will get.
You people said you were going to give this man a red carpet walk whenever he gets into this.
The fact is, you see, he's that person who doesn't like cameras.
No cameras.
He's like Michael Eason. He wants
like red carpet.
And he's the same. When I say cameras, it's a Dagana Beduna. Oh, a Dagana, you see, Proverbs, you know. Chaliba, how are you doing?
I'm good.
You fit?
Yeah, great to be back.
How was your weekend?
My weekend was okay.
Like that. Same old same. No difference.
Oh, wow, next weekend, Charlie.
Yeah. You're leaving everything for next week. What's on next weekend?
Oh, we are going on an outreach.
Oh, okay. Yeah. With your group?
Yes. We'll be in the OT region, so.
OT? That's our neighbor.
Yeah,
that's our neighbor.
So, we have some nice activities planned there. I'll come back on Monday with lots of gist for you.
Okay.
I just hope I'm going to see another delivery bed that will break my heart.
Charlie,
I just pray.
And you see, so just a quick one. I see people make mockery out of the tricycles or the bikes that were donated.
Yeah, for the.
Now you have gone round the rural areas to see how, and I'm glad that our next conversation is on health. most especially immunization or vaccination. And these health workers really, really need these bikes. So I don't know why people will sit somewhere and make all kinds of propaganda out of it. That it's an ambulance. How? How will people even think like that? And to even know that the people who are championing this are people who have gone to school.
The elites.
You don't get it? Like, how dumb are we? Pardon me, but I am just not so happy about how we have decided to politicize everything in this country to the detriment of people who even need it. Look, I watched the nurse yesterday, I think on TikTok, and she said, look, if all the other health workers don't even need it, she needs it.
Very true.
And she was able to capture the two side, like the two legs, you know, the motorbike itself that she used. How heavy some of the backpacks, the immunization box, blah blah blah. How she has to load the bike just to ride as a lady, just to ride to and fro. And people are demonizing or making mockery out of the three-legged one. She wants it.
You know, sometimes I'm tempted to think that the people that make some of these comments just think Ghana is in Accra.
Okay.
Where you drive from your home, you're not feeling well, you drive from your home, get into the hospital, get checked, and then, or maybe you have a private doctor, he comes around, check up on you, prescribe medication, and it's off, the person goes, and so they are okay. But when you get into some of these hard to reach areas, you understand. See, I was in Western North last year. There's a town called Asemkro. Okay. Randy, by the time we got there, see, no, it was crazy.
There is Ghana and there is Ghana.
No, the road.
Yeah.
And the people, the health workers there, some of them wanted to even go to town. They wanted to get to Takwa Day. And so they had to join us to alight somewhere and then continue because we were heading towards Takwa. I'm like...
That is the reality.
So they were sitting there just praying that we will come and then they join us to go. Like... We didn't see a vehicle. When the road was terrible.
The only time you see a vehicle is maybe market days. And when they go in the morning, a call in the evening.
Exactly. If you miss it, that's it.
So they need it.
So much.
I have been following this lady. Blessing, and is it Angel Blessing or I know there is Blessing.
Right.
She's very common on Facebook.
Okay.
Health worker. And I think she is in part of the Volta region. So she goes down to the rural areas. Sometimes she puts her pictures on Facebook. Now, it's not a joke.
Terrible.
It's not a joke. So I just don't get it why people will just sit somewhere, cook up stories, and then they throw this sort of stories to Ghanaians. And you see, that is how dangerous it is when you feed people with wrong information.
True.
There are people who are gullible. They won't have the opportunity to read. They won't have the opportunity to listen to what the president even said, or the minister, or the people who are speaking on it. They pick whatever their so-called political figures or godfathers say out there in the media, and that is it. It ends over there. Them themselves, they're not going to go do any proper research. So it's just like, this is coming from our party, and that is it. It ends over there, forgetting that there are people in Ghana. There are people who need it. You get my point. So maybe let's and you see now, I think we need to start punishing people for churning out fake news. If we don't do that,
chiefs and pastors
will continue. No la, nah. There should be some sort of punishment for them la.
True.
We will be guided on the things we say. We'll be guided on the stories we put out there. Because we are misleading too many people. And there are a lot of gullible people out there. You get it? Shame on the people who are making mockery out of this. Shame. I'm saying it without fear or favor. Shame on you people. We've made too much politics of every little thing. Health, politics. Education, to you are playing politics with it.
Everything.
I said Benny. Now
you guys have made Randy speak cheap.
I'm a makatri.
But you see, for the tricycles that were donated, I think that it's a step in the right direction, especially for our health workers in the rural areas, because that place you won't find an ambulance there. And if they are using a motorcycle, how many people can they park on that motorcycle? How fast can they get to their destination? How conducive would that be? And so before you come out to make mockery of it, before you come out to discredit some of these things, just decide to step back. out of the whole Accra facade and Buhaha, and cast your mind back to the people somewhere in the OT region, somewhere in the Western North region, somewhere in the Volta region, the outskirts of town. And you know, funny enough, those places, when you get there, you realize that your network start going down.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the moment you see no network,
you
no
are
signal,
dead.
you know that's you've gotten there. That is where the real work happens, and these health workers are doing so much.
Now, don't just say, don't mention other regions. Even Greater Accra, there are parts. Look, I said the 2024 campaign.
It's open.
It's an eye opener. Look, we went towards an area around Ada, where the salt mine area. Oh, what's the name of that? Charlie, one of the interior areas. Huh?
Songo.
Is it Songo? I'm not sure. Songo, maybe Songo will even be, pardon my language, will be a bit developed. Wow. There is one where I've forgotten the name. Look, you see one house here, the other one is far away. And the ground, I'm sure, because of the salt, it's soggy.
Yeah.
You get it? It's soggy. So when it rains heavily, you realize that the place, car can't even move freely unless you are using some 4x4 or be like that. These are people who are struggling. There are people, even in Logba. Let me give you an example. When you go to Logba, there is one town on top of the Logba Total town.
Okay.
Quite far from it. How to reach area? Oh, I've forgotten that name as well. It's quite far from the main Total town, and access to that place. Imagine these health workers going there. There is so much to be done.
Yeah.
So you don't laugh at what the effort people are putting in. You fail to do it. Someone is doing it, and you sit down somewhere and make mockery. Are you okay? Now let's have our conversation.
It's all good. I just hope that a day and time will come where we'll move beyond politics when it comes to issues of health, education, and things that matters to us as a people. But viewers, this morning we have a very interesting conversation. A conversation I say I'm very much interested in.
Now, sorry. So I hear the machine is actually called auto rickshaw.
Okay.
Yeah, if that is the name, auto rickshaw.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. And the name of the town is Abayame.
Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Abayame.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. The one on top of Lugba.
Yes. Yes.
Our trip to Lugba, dear man. For us to go and see Lugba Tota. But again, as I was saying earlier, this is a conversation I'm so much interested in. We want to look at vaccination and then immunization. We want to look at closing the immunity gap, why vaccination still matters. And this morning we have an astute doctor in here with us who is going to lead us on this conversation for us to know what this is about and why we all need. Sometimes when we talk about vaccines and things, people will be we're vaccinated, blah, 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 blah. But today we are going to learn a lot about it, and we would narrow it down to one particular vaccine or vaccination that we all need to pay much attention to, HPV, the human papilloma virus. We're going to talk about it and why you need to go and get vaccinated against it. So this morning we have in studio Dr. Hilda Mantebia Boy. She is the president of the Pediatric Society of Ghana. She's a big woman and the president of Pediatric Society. If you've been following her on social media, you know she's doing some great works there, and today she's really going to do justice to the topic at hand. Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning.
Great having you here.
It's a pleasure to join you.
It's great to see you in person. But let's get into our conversation real quick. When we talk about closing the immunity gap, what are we trying to say? Is there an immunity gap? What are the figures saying?
All right, so essentially immunization really is a way of helping the human body to develop some protection or improve their immunity or their ability to fight infections, where the body is given, let's say, medications made up of either dead components of the particles or the germs that cause the disease, or live that are their strength or their potency has been reduced. So in a way, when you give the immunization or the vaccine to the person, the body begins to build a response against that illness.
Okay.
And that protection helps the body to be able to actually fight better when the actual illness comes into contact, or the actual germ comes into contact with the human body.
Right.
So in simple terms, it just helps the immune system build that protection that is needed to fight the diseases, and therefore reducing the chances that you will get the disease or get killed by that particular disease. And that is why immunization is so important. And over the years, there are quite a number of illnesses that many years ago used to kill so many people, smallpox and measles, some of the other killer diseases, but now we hardly hear of them because of the immunization. If you remember a few years ago when we had the vaccine shortages across especially the northern region, people began to report higher numbers of measles. Before that, you wouldn't hear of children developing measles, but it came back, showing you how important the immunization is.
Right.
Because when it was being done and the doses were available and the children were getting it, we were not seeing them. But as soon as we experienced the shortages, after a short while, people began to have the illnesses again.
Right. Okay. So from that point, where that period of time where we had the shortage of vaccination, even to the time the vaccines came into the country and was distributed back, has there been a gap?
So now the vaccines are available generally. We hear of just a few cases, not any worrying numbers compared to previously, where you would hear maybe about 10, 15, 20 different places. Now we are not hearing it like that. But there are, however, some areas which are hard to reach, and therefore there are people who don't get, but generally Ghana's immunization coverage is very good. And we hope that we are able to get everyone. We know that there are some who do not get. It's not a big number, but we hope that everybody also gets the vaccine so that we are all protected.
Okay, so now let's come into the vaccine proper. If we hear of people say maybe they develop resistance to some vaccines, and so if maybe I have to go and take some vaccination for yellow fever, they would not want to go and take it and all of that. How is that like to?
There may be some people who would develop side effects to some of these vaccines. So common side effects are there could be fever, general feeling of being unwell. In rare cases, some may have, let's say, seizures or convulsions. In some also, the part or the area where the vaccine was injected may become a bit sore, may become painful. But really, it's generally safe. And if for any reason you go to hospital for the immunization and at any point you are uncomfortable or you feel unwell, it's good to go back to the hospital so that you can be assessed. It may be a very mild side effect, or if it is something serious, that is also documented, and whatever assistance or help that you need can be provided to you.
Okay. Then, fair enough, viewers, you've heard from Dr. Hilda on that. But again, we are in the Africa Vaccination Week, right? Ghana as a country, where do we stand when it comes? Have we done so well when it comes to issues of vaccination? Are there numbers to buttress it? How's it like for us?
All right, so Ghana has done very well. Our coverage is typically around, I'll look for the exact figures, but it's around 90% and above for many of the key ones that are given. The recently introduced one, that's the HPV vaccination that is being given. So about 1.8 million girls, this started last year alone, and about 1.8 million girls have received it already. That was about 84% or so, yes, of the target that was set for the campaign. Then we are still on it actually. The immunization week, Africa Immunization Week, will be from the 27th of April.
Okay.
Yes, to the 3rd of May.
All right.
Yeah,
so
this year.
27th April to 3rd
Yes,
of May. Right.
yes. So with that, we are going to intensify the campaign for girls to be immunized for HPV. So that is for girls from 9 to 14 years of age, that they should also be able to get the vaccines. This is a vaccine that we have advocated for many years, and it has been available in Ghana. However, it was quite expensive, so not within the reach of many people. Thus making it really great news for children in Ghana, especially the girls who are going to be vaccinated. And HPV vaccination helps to prevent cervical cancer, which is the second leading cause of death among women in Ghana. So when it comes to the cancers, so it is something that we need to try and encourage everybody to have. I mean, if you look at the numbers, you say about 2,800 people are getting the cervical cancers each year in Ghana, and about 1,700 people are dying each year from this cervical cancer, which is largely preventable once the HPV vaccine is done. Someone might say that, oh, the 2,800 or almost 3,000 number is not large enough. It's a small number compared to some of the other conditions, but that one number is one too many. That one death is one too many, and if that one person happens to be a relative of yours, then you begin to experience that impact of each single number. So it's more than a statistic. Again, these women, typically around about 40 or so, these are breadwinners, these are mothers, these are caregivers, these are people who are contributing their quota to the national development. And so if it is a death that is preventable, then as a country we should do everything that we can to prevent them from developing these illnesses. And that is where the HPV vaccination comes in. With the cancers, cervical cancers in general, the HPV vaccination, one of the major associated risk factors, aside that if you have a lady or a girl who starts having sex very early, that is also a risk factor. If this woman is having sex with someone who has multiple partners, that is also a risk factor. If she is having sex with many people or multiple partners as well, that is a risk factor. Yes, it's another risk factor. And then if there are any immune system problems, HIV, maybe on cancer treatment for any other, or on medications that will bring down the immune system, all those are risk factors for developing the cervical cancer. But as we have said, the good news is that once you give them the vaccine, it helps to reduce the risk remarkably. And yes, we are giving the vaccination to them, but we are also saying that for young girls, we do not expect them to be sexually active. So the abstinence is still important. If they are already sexually active, then, or ladies who are already sexually active should be faithful to one partner, the B, and then the C, condom used to protect themselves from sexually transmitted infections, including the human papilloma virus. Yes.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. But again, why the target ladies? Shouldn't the age be extended a bit? Why that age bracket though?
We are trying to catch them early, so that by the time that they get it, they are not likely to have been exposed to the virus already. So they are not likely to have started having sex by the 40. Oh, we know that there are some young people who are having sex, some children who are sexually active, but generally 9 to 14 years is a time where many of them are not sexually active. So it's a good time to give it to them to improve the protection that the vaccination gives.
Okay, so where can I get some of these vaccines? Do I just walk into any health center? And again, how is the vaccine? Do I have to swallow or is an injection?
All right. This vaccine is an injection which is given on the left upper arm.
Okay.
Yes. So on the left upper arm, the injection is given, and it's just one dose for majority of the girls.
Okay.
Yes. You can get it in any of the child welfare clinics where the immunizations are given routinely. So now it has become part of the routine vaccines that are given to like children. This is one that targets adolescents generally, but then it is available over there, and you do not have to pay money to get it.
Wow.
It's free. Yes, compared to previously when you would have to pay a lot for it. Now it's totally free, so you don't have to pay for it. Once the girl is within the target age range, yes, you go there and you get it. And we also know that it works. So it's free, it's safe, and it works. Some of the side effects that I mentioned earlier, for this one, there may be a little swelling at the area or a little pain that the girl may experience, a little fever or headaches, and generally it's fine. It's well tolerated. If you have any concerns after having this vaccination, you should talk to your healthcare provider.
Okay, but Dr. Hilda, once again, if a 14-year-old girl, 13-year-old girl wants to visit any of these health centers to get the vaccination, do I have to come with my Ghana card, or I have to come with my mother to prove that I'm below 14 years? How's it like?
So if you have any your birth certificate, whatever, but it is not a requirement.
Okay.
You go and you let them know that this is your child, this is the date of birth, and it is documented. The child, it will be given to the child, and then you'll be given a card with the record of the immunization on it.
Okay. So are there some group of ladies who cannot take the immunization? Maybe they are in the age bracket but are not eligible to take.
All right. So if you are ill at the time, you are within that age, but you are ill at the time, it will not be given to you
Any form of illness.
If you're like very ill.
Okay.
Yes, because you know medications, vaccines may have side effects, and you won't want to be confused about whether it is from the illness that you have already or it is from the vaccine that you have been given. So generally, when you are very ill, no vaccinations are given. So it's the same over there too. And those who are pregnant at the time of the vaccination, no. Yes. So those are the main things. And if you have an allergy to any of the components within the vaccine, that one too, you will not be given. Some people may have taken maybe a dose somewhere previously and may know that they have an allergy to it. If you do, you will not be given the vaccine.
Okay. So talking about people who have taken a dose somewhere already, in a lifespan of a woman, how many dosages of the vaccination should each woman have? Is it just a one-time thing, or maybe it has to be routine?
The evidence or the studies that have been done have shown that the one dose is enough. So currently it's just one dose that is being recommended. There are other special groups who may take more than one dose, but we don't want to confuse the public. So the general information is that everybody is getting, like, generally it's one dose. If for any reason you need more doses, your healthcare professionals will let you know. If you have any special condition, you may require more than a dose.
Okay. Right. So that is for the health professionals too?
Yes, that's for the health professionals. Usually HIV, sickle cell disease, but then we will discuss that in detail at the clinic.
Right.
Yes.
Right. So after the Africa Vaccination Week, does a free thing still run? Girls in the senior high schools, you know, some of them by this time are say in school already, will not be watching TV by this time. Is there any initiative in place to maybe go do a school tour to vaccinate them there? How's it like?
So yes, it will be available in the schools during that week. After that, the places, the child welfare clinics that we've spoken about will have the vaccines available there throughout.
Right.
So there may be 8-year-olds now. Once they turn 9, they are eligible to get the vaccine, and so it will be given to them at that time.
All right. And that will still be at no cost.
Yes, that will still be at no cost.
So like it's free.
Yes, it's free.
Those of us above 14.
You are not part of this campaign. If you want it, you'll have to find it somewhere else.
Right. Dr. Hilda has taken us out of it. We can't do anything about it at this point. But then again, Dr. Hilda, for parents, for caregivers, for guardians, we hear a lot of misconceptions about vaccinations. When COVID-19 came and we heard a lot. What do you have to tell them?
I would say vaccines save lives. We know that they save lives because they have the example of the time when we had the shortages is one clear one. And over the years, there were many illnesses that were killing children, that were killing people. But now you hardly hear of them killing people that much because the vaccinations are available and they have been working. So vaccines are safe, they are effective, and once they are available, you should have them. Right. If you have any particular concerns about any of these vaccines, speak with your healthcare provider. Like I said, vaccines are medications in quotes, and so they will have some side effects. And with side effects, not everyone will experience a side effect. There may be just a few people out of thousands or millions who may experience specific side effects. So if you have any concern with any of them, speak with your healthcare provider. The diseases that these vaccines are for can kill. And so if there is something that can help to prevent that death and may have like a minor side effect or so, risk-benefit analysis, you are more likely to choose the medication that will help to save your life than to just allow yourself to go or succumb to an illness that can easily be prevented. Again, vaccines are for everyone. They are for the protection of everyone. If many people take the vaccines, then it's what we call the herd immunity, where people develop some kind of protection because of the vaccines that are in the system or that many people are having, helps to protect many more people and helps to prevent the transmission of infection. Even with this HPV vaccination that we are talking about, if you have many more girls being vaccinated, what it also means is that they are going to get that protection, even though the boys are not initially going to get vaccinated now. I mean, when later on they are grown, they are having sex with these boys, the likelihood that they will give them the HPV is less because they have been vaccinated. Yes, so there is some protection that we all get when these vaccines are given.
Doc, I am more worried about, and now hold on a second.
Right.
I'm more worried about the parents because I recall a similar exercise was done. I can't remember the exact year, but the conversation was around the fact that they are taking their moja for spiritual reasons. I don't know if you have also heard that. One also was that one funny one I heard was that they can't give birth. It's what's the word?
Family planning.
Family planning, good, and all of that. So it means that you've heard some of these notions. How are you able to sensitize the parents, number one? Because the children, no matter what, they would agree. But do you seek the consent of these parents as well? How do you sensitize them?
Let me address the issue of the family planning. Vaccines are not family planning. It's not for family planning. Like, it's not family planning medication. Let me just put it that way. So parents should be rest assured. And if it comes to this HPV vaccination specifically, some years ago, a little over 10 years ago, some girls were given the vaccine here in Ghana. And today, a number of them are living their normal lives. They've given birth and they are doing well, which is also evidence to show that it is not family planning or to make them sterile or infertile. Not at all. It is also not given just here in Ghana. It is given throughout the country. It's given in many other countries, advanced countries, other African countries. So it's not just in Ghana that these vaccines are being given. Some have even said that it will make the girls promiscuous. And we say that we are not giving them these medications to make them promiscuous. if that's why I mentioned the ABC.
Yeah.
Abstinence comes first. We don't want young girls to go having sex. In Ghana, 16 years you can consent, and then from 18 you are then like an adult. But then we say that abstain. The girl child, you are likely to get pregnant if you go having early sex and all that. Sexually transmitted diseases, including HIV, hepatitis, and so on. So abstain. We are reinforcing that communication that abstinence is good. The other thing is that if this young girl is not vaccinated and she grows up, she may have kept herself, maybe a virgin, or may have had just one partner or so. If she goes having one partner who has had sex with multiple partners, that also
also another danger.
Yes, it increases her risk of getting the HPV, and with the persistent HPV infection, increases her chance of getting cervical cancer. So it's good to have that protection, so because you may not be in control of everything, and this disease can affect anyone really. It doesn't matter whether you're a pastor's wife, or imam's wife, or a doctor, or a pharmacist, or a prostitute, or whatever. So it can affect anyone. So that's why the protection is really important. Then the issue of drawing blood. We are not drawing blood with this vaccination. This is like not a study. No, we are everybody. It's just the injection that you are getting.
But have you heard that before?
Your blood. I haven't heard that specifically for
HPV
vaccination.
Okay.
Yes. So sometimes we do studies or research in the various facilities, and then even when you are unwell, your blood sample is taken to the lab, and it's investigated or tested for germs or for many other things that we may be looking for, and that blood is discarded after the test. Like we follow due procedure to discard it. We do not use it for any ritual. Any rituals or anything at all. So people should be rest assured. And you see, there are many agencies that work together in the health space to ensure that our people have good health. So you have Ministry of Health, you have Ghana Health Service, you have the other partners supporting World Health Organization, UNICEF, so many organizations. Are we saying that none of these people work with good ethics? Are we saying that none of these people have the interest of the Ghanaian at heart, the child at heart? It cannot be. And we have all taken these vaccines previously, and we are living. I mean, I have children, so if these vaccines are family planning, then it's like what? So your parents are likely to have had vaccines as well. Everybody. So we need to work together. In some of the advanced countries where we have many of some people now saying that they don't want vaccines and all that, you hear measles, you hear of them having some of these illnesses that are not supposed to really occur, but because they have stopped taking, some of them have stopped taking vaccines, they have all these illnesses coming back. So really the vaccines, they work. There is no doubt about that. They do work. The most important thing is that the source is good, is well taken care of, is stored well, is given well, and you should be totally fine. And the procedures for the injections are done in a clean way, so it's not like someone is injecting dirt into your body.
I once went to, it was the name of that polyclinic. So Steve and I, for the yellow
fever. Okay.
You can't laugh. How strange Steve was behaving that day. Oh, young man.
Hard guy. They fear me.
I tell you.
But it's all good. So I'll come back to Dr.
Adabraka,
Adabraka Polyclinic.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Hey, Steve, did anybody take videos of him?
Oh, he has the videos. I know he will say it's a lie. Yeah, I know he will say it's a lie.
Well, viewers, will give you the chance to call in to ask Dr. Hilda some questions on your mind, some questions bothering you. So, with regards to vaccination, HPV, and then what I'm about to get into now, cervical cancer. So, Dr. Hilda, having spoken about vaccination, having spoken about the HPV. The main reason we are embarking on this vaccination exercise for the young girls is to prevent the long haul, which is the cervical cancer. Now, there's a young woman watching us this morning who is way beyond 14 years, and she doesn't know what cervical cancer is about. I believe education is still going on about cervical cancer. Sometimes you encounter people and you want to ask them about some of the cancers women face, and the popular one people usually know is the breast cancer than the cervical cancer. If somebody is watching, what are some of the symptoms or signs that can prompt the person or the lady that this one is a symptom of cervical cancer and I need to go and get checked, or I need to go and get my pap smear? Some people are going to get a pap smear basis, so don't go. But please walk us through cervical cancer.
All right. Cervical cancer, the cervix is the tip of the womb.
Right.
So if you look at the anatomy or the body organ, you have the uterus, then at the tip you have the cervix, and it's that cervix that will dilate when a baby is being born for the baby to pass through and eventually come out through the vagina.
Right.
So that's the cervix, and you may not see the changes easily. You will not feel the changes easily at all. But then some people may have bleeds after sex. So we call it post-coital bleed, or after sex they may have bleed. And some women may have bleeds when they are not expecting. So in between their cycle where they are supposed to bleed, they have bled already, but in between they may also bleed. And then some may have a lot of pain suddenly during sexual intercourse, which did not used to be there. For many people, by the time they start noticing some of these things, it means that the cancer is going far. And that is why we encourage that the pap smear tests are done for young women. And that helps to be able to see the cervix directly and tell whether there are any changes there for them to seek help.
Right.
With cancer generally, there may be weight loss, they may be getting tired easily, their blood level, or there will be anemia, the HB could drop. And these may all be pointers that this person has cancer, and specifically cervical cancer with the other features that I mentioned earlier. But the prevention is most important, because cancer treatment, depending on the time that is spotted, the medications that are available, where you are, your ability to access treatment, you may or may not survive it. Although if it is spotted early, then you are likely to get cure with treatment. So early identification through the prevention from the pap smearing to look at the cervix, and then most importantly the HPV vaccination early on. Yes.
Right. And so my ladies watching us this morning, I just hope you've learned something about cervical cancer from Dr. Hilda Matebia-Boy this morning. We want to take a quick break. When we come back, we open the phone line 055-269-7939. We give you the opportunity to call in to ask questions about cervical cancer, HPV, and then the vaccination if you have any. Let's take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Changing, so should you. If you're dreaming, don't be afraid. And in the valleys, keep your head up high. Dare to dream with Puma drinks. Puma, yeah. Believe
more drinks, a whole new vibe. Another quality product from Casa Precon.
This advert is FDA approved.
WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, and yes, we're still on the conversation on the immunization gap, closing the immunity gap here in Ghana, why vaccination still matters. And yes, we're talking about HPV, we're talking about cervical cancer and what you need to know. So Dr. Hilda is in here today. It's a free consultation for you viewers. Oh, doctor, are we going to charge them? 055-269-7939 055-269-7939. Call in, let's hear your thoughts, let's hear your questions, misconceptions, whatever you want to ask Dr. Hilda here. We'll take some few calls, so speed dial, call in and let's hear your questions on cervical cancer there. So but Dr. Hilda, I'm curious, I want to ask about something with cervical cancer. If it's detected, is it painful? Does it give pains? Maybe aside the sexual activity bit, on a regular, does it give pain?
It depends on the stage that it is.
Okay.
Yes, so it can give pain. And then there's also a vaginal discharge that you may see. Could be offensive or smelly as well. And they could also have back pain, especially if it is spreading. You know, cancer spreads, so if it's spreading to the bone, can cause back pain as well. The pelvis, like the bone that the vagina, the womb and all that sits in. Yes.
Okay. Whoa. So let's say in an advanced stage of cervical cancer, since it's cancer, does some of the treatments include chemotherapy?
Yes, but then so the modalities may differ. The modalities may differ. The treatment modality depends on the treatment stage and all that, what is found and all. And it's a multidisciplinary team that will manage. So you have the obstetrician, gynecologist, if there's a gynae oncologists, like those doctors, gynecologists who specialize in cancer care. Yes, you may need the radiotherapist and the clinical psychologist and other allied professionals. Yes, so it's a team that will help to manage the woman with cancer, and it's not cheap. Cancer treatment is definitely not cheap. So the preventive measures are much cheaper and will save the country and the individuals and the family and the community so much cost. Because when it comes to go and get this, go and get that, go and get that, then it becomes very difficult for the family or even the person. And you know, it's not everywhere in Ghana that you can receive treatment for cancer. So in that case, it means that you may have to move a long distance, the cost of that movement, hospital admission and all that also come in.
Wow.
Yes, so prevention is important.
Always the best option.
Yes, prevention is always the best option. Where possible, you prevent. And with this one, we have said that the HPV vaccination helps to prevent majority of these cancers. And it's not even just the cervical cancer. It's also oral throat cancers, because the human papilloma virus can increase the chances of getting these cancers as well. And then there's also vaginal warts. I don't know if you know what they are.
Yeah, so please, Doctor, let's pause on vaginal warts and then take this question. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, good morning. Your name and where you are calling from?
I'm Mohammed. I'm calling from Australia.
Mohammed, let's hear you.
Please, my wife used to complain about abdominal pains, every time, and back pains and the rest. Probably cancer. Hello?
Yes, sir. We've heard you. Doctor is going to answer that question for you.
Okay, thank you.
All right. So I mentioned the number of symptoms, which includes the bleeding after sex or the postcoital bleeding, abnormal vaginal or offensive vaginal discharge, and also the bleeding in between the menses when you are not expecting them and all that. The pelvic pain or the back pain could occur. There are many questions that I have for him, but my primary recommendation would be to get her to see a doctor so that she can be examined. Because if you talk about the abdominal pain or the tummy pain alone, there are many differentials or many things that could be causing her to have the abdominal pain. The back pain also has many differentials. So the back pain, is it because she has bad posture?
Right.
Is that what is causing it? The tummy pain, is it because maybe she's developing ulcer, she's not eating well, or she has an infection? What is causing it? So it could be many things. It may not be cervical cancer. And it's good to see your doctor. Having regular visits to your doctor is part of the health promotion and prevention of illnesses, the things that you do to prevent yourself from getting especially advanced disease. So once you start experiencing symptoms that you are not comfortable with, you see your doctor, discuss it, it is then assessed, and whatever the recommendations are will be given. But if you sit and wait, maybe at the beginning it was something small that could have been nipped in the bud, but you continue, you know, oh, it will be okay, I'm going to buy this, I'm going to do this after, and then before you know it, it has become something that is very difficult to manage or treat. So it's important that you get your wife to see a doctor.
So Mohammed, doctor has said it all. Get your wife to see a doctor. Do we have another caller? Hello.
Hello.
Hi. Good morning.
Please, I'd like to ask if
can you amplify your voice a little for us? I find it very difficult to hear you.
Okay. Please, what age does it start? What age can you get to get cancer?
Can you get?
What age can you get the cancer?
Okay.
You can get the age at any age, but it's especially common amongst the 40-year-olds.
Okay.
Yes, but so between 40 and 50, most common. But at any age, you can develop the cervical cancer, especially the older women.
Right. So, my lady, I hope you have been answered. Do we have another caller? Hello.
But so talking about at any age at all, does it show the symptoms even before the 30 or the 40 age bracket you're talking about?
If you have it, then the symptoms can begin to show. Yes.
Okay. Yes. But how dire does it get around that stage before 30? I'm asking because of the notion of prostate as well.
Okay.
That men, I mean, around 40 and above, that's when you, actually get to see it. But people even pick it up before the age of 40, and that's what I'm asking.
Yes. So the symptoms are what we have described.
Yeah.
It can come at any with diseases, we will usually put them as sort of like public health epidemiology, like you are grouping or categorizing them. So these are the ages that you find them most commonly.
Okay.
But if it can come at any age, at whatever age it comes, if it is that thing, the symptoms will be the same.
Okay.
And we have said that with this particular cancer, you don't want to wait to see symptoms.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is why the pap smear comes in, and then the cervix can be directly visualized, samples can be taken, looked under the microscope and all that. So whatever it is can then be identified early before it becomes full-blown cancer.
Okay. Right. Do you have a caller? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, your name and where you're calling from?
My
lady, please, can you stand well? Position yourself a bit better for us.
Okay. Hello.
Yes, we can hear you better now.
Please, I'm Georgina calling from Kumasi.
Okay, Georgina, let's hear you.
I want to ask doctor if tested positive for HPV.
Georgina, can you... Hello? Hello, Georgina. Hello? We didn't get your question. Can you position yourself again?
Okay. Hello.
Hi, we can hear you.
Please, I want to ask doctor if someone is tested positive for HPV, will the person still need
the person still need the
HPV vaccine? Vaccine.
Okay.
If I heard right,
she's asking that if somebody tests positive for HPV, doc, first of all, do we have some tests for HPV? And then she's asking that if somebody tests for HPV, does the vaccine still work for that person?
Yes. So yes, there are tests for the HPV. During the pap smear, when it is done, a sample can be taken for the lab, or usually taken, and the HPV test is done on it. If it comes out positive, you will be made aware.
Okay.
The vaccine could still be given, but then the efficacy or how well it will work is not comparable to someone who did not have. And again, with these ones, it's one-on-one discussion with your obstetrician gynecologist, and it's definitely not part of the program, the expanded program on immunization program of 9 to 14 years. So this is something that you are doing with your doctor. Then if they decide that they want you to still go ahead and have it, they can ask you to go and get it.
Okay, right. So Georgina, I hope your question has been answered there. We'll take two more calls and then we'll wrap up on the conversation. Hello.
Hello.
Hi, your name and where you're calling from?
Please, for some reason, I wouldn't want to mention my name, but I'm calling from.
Can you position yourself better? We can hardly hear you.
I said for some reason, I wouldn't want to mention my name, but I'm calling from Kumasi.
That's okay. Let's hear you.
Okay, so, Doc, is it okay for a young adult to get the HPV vaccine after a high exposure to the highest risk, even if the pap smear came back negative?
Please come again with your question.
Is it okay for a young adult to get the HPV vaccination after being exposed to the highest risk? You know, we have the strains for the HPV, right? And even if their pap smear came back negative, and that person still go for the HPV vaccine.
Okay, so there, like I answered for the other one, there are many possibilities, but you have to discuss with your obstetrician gynecologist or your doctor so that one-on-one that recommendation can be given to you based on the risk and the benefits. Many people will have the exposure to the HPV or the human papilloma virus. However, the body's immune system deals with many of them. It is those who have the persistent HPV infection that are likely to go on to develop the cervical cancer from the changes in the cervix. So for many people, once your immune system is good, you are likely to be able to handle or clear the infection on your own. But for some, it will persist and go ahead and cause changes in the cervix, causing the cervical cancer.
Right. Do we still have a caller? Hello? Can you reduce the volume of your TV set, please? Hello?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Please reduce the volume of your TV sets behind. It's giving us feedback in here.
Okay. Hello?
Your name and where you are calling from, please?
Alberta.
Okay, where are you calling from?
Nepacho, Bisa Bisa.
Nepacho Bisa.
Nepacho. Wafana mama minya cervical cancer hibi. Na wefi. Inti no wakanda yin be able to my trace who weekend. It's a muscle quiet test in it. Mamma quiet who was the one when ye mboa bia woman weekend. It's parent said a much me as an eye, Pima.
Okay. All right, thank you. But your Dr. Ben answer our question.
Okay. Inti for need to know. I'm not sure. What age near? What age near? Then where they are here? Where the today 40 years and now 50 years and now then and now why pap smears ni bia na so when ye pap smear na ebe hia say ubeye na yahwe cervix na yahwe say bibia ye fine e wo cervix na no ana wo problem bi ka ho a obetumi ehu obstetrician gynecologist oben wo call district hospitals and regional hospitals na ubetumi enya obstetrician gynecologist no bi na wa show.
Okay, so Ma Pacho, we dey me say doc answer we what we same bitano annual. We still have a caller. Okay, so we call it a wrap.
The Pacho.
Okay, hello.
I am me and Masana Bill.
Pacho you.
And Pacho men 42.
Okay.
Men 42. Na maka yes a test na maka yebi.
Okay.
2 months ago.
Okay.
No was no. When you trace virus in the
okay. So what's the name?
The much masana. I bima.
No, yeah, no, Debia, sir. Into what ya almost say a fine no. Almost better, ebia say 1 year and now 2 years and now 3 years. No more person will sign ya based on who history na. Almost say be a bibi or ya rebi kahua bibi in kahua. No more time almost besan ya ye bio. Enya adi ayeye no te say bi abosumi bia da bi. Eye nso say omo ehu emuawa ni bi wo mu kra. Inti bibi ahu obstetrician gynecologist na oben why woko hospital nso na wo questions bia but modern na bisa o doctor no na on mu because onu na onim wa asem ni yie pa onim history and na onim story no eyie pa.
Okay, Timpacho, but modern senior doctor aka staff pepe ohu obsenge no na on show na bibi ani asem bi se bia na we bisa no so so viewers, that's why we bring the conversation to a close here on closing the immunity gap, why vaccination still matters. And I know that Dr. Hilda Mantebia-Boy has done some great justice to the topic for us, moving from vaccination to HPV to coming to talk about cervical cancer. I know you've learned a thing or two. If you haven't gone in for your vaccination yet, gather some coins and then let's meet up at the hospital and get vaccinated. If you have done that too, you haven't done your pap smear for a cervical cancer too, please. Prevention, she said, that is always less expensive as compared to treating the cancer. So make sure you get your pap smear. Let your cervix be examined. If there's anything that has to be treated, they do it for you as early as possible. Thank you so much, Dr. Hilda Mantebia-Boy, for making time to come here for the conversation. So viewers, that's Dr. Hilda Mantebia-Boy. She is the president of the Pediatric Society of Ghana, and yeah, she led the conversation on closing the immunity gap, why vaccination still matters. Let's take a quick break. We'll be back with more for you.
Gentlemen, I've got some bad news and some good news. Okay, the bad news is that your chances of getting prostate cancer are now just 7 to 1. In fact, prostate cancer is killing 1 man every single hour of the day in this country. Imagine that, 1 every hour of the day. But the good news is We're forming a team to stop that clock. Men United. It's time men united together to fight prostate cancer, the way women have united against breast cancer. We need to get together and find a cure, as well as better ways to care for the 250,000 prostate cancer sufferers out there. Please, get on side and join us in the fight. Men United versus prostate cancer. We can win this.
We can be the generation that ends it for good. Malaria must die, so millions can live.
Welcome back to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Once again, it's time now for birthday celebrations. We are back from the weekend, so yeah, let's take a look at our list of celebrants for belated birthdays here this morning on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, and then we get into the celebration list for today. To begin with, Davis Emmanuel, belated happy birthday to you, Davis, our black brother. Yeah, we celebrate you so much. We appreciate you so much. May this year be a blessed one for you, and may all the good things you've prayed for be your portion this year and beyond. This is coming from Selassie to you. Wishes you a blessed year, Davis. Happy birthday to you. And away from Davis, who are we celebrating again this morning? Jerry Joy Quay. Happy birthday to you, senior man, comrade Jerry Joy Quay. May this year be a blessed year for you, may be a great year for you, and may all that you pray for in this year and beyond be your portion. Wish you the very best the life has got to offer. Jerry Joy Quay, belated happy birthday to you. And away from him, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. To my ever amazing brother, one of the great blessings Tain gave me, former Tain president of KNUST, Samuel Abochi. Happy belated happy birthday to you, brother. I celebrate you so much, and yeah, I'm so excited about this new year for you. May the Lord bless this year for you. May this year be a great year, may be an amazing year for you, maybe a splendid year filled with a lot of God's love and God's blessing. My brother Samuel Abochi, I celebrate you so much. Former Tain president of KNUST and secretary for press for Nooks UK. Big man Samuel Abochi, belated happy birthday to you, and may the Lord bless this new year for you, and I wish you the very best that this new year has got to offer. Have a great year. Away from Samuel, let's see who we are celebrating again this morning. Mr. Theophilus Yeboah, and Elder Theo. Yes, belated happy birthday to you. May this year be a blessed year for you, may be a great year. Celebrate you so much, and we appreciate you. Belated happy birthday to you, Elder Theo Yeboah. Have a great year. And moving on from him, who are we celebrating again? Okay, to the ever amazing Ya Issa Esiedu Ado. Belated happy birthday to you, to Ya Issa Esiedu Ado. Have a great year, have a blessed year, have a beautiful year filled with lots of God's love and God's blessing. May this year be an amazing year for you. May it be a beautiful year for you, and may all that you do and this year and beyond be a great one. Yeah, Esiedu Ado. I love you, girl. I know you know that. Yeah, have a great year. Now into today's list of celebrants. Who are we celebrating? 20th April 2026. Who is celebrating the birthday this morning? Angela Ajua Sam. It's your birthday today, Angela Ajua Sam, an amazing lady. Have a great year, have a blessed year. Angela Ajwasam is with UGMC, and yes, this is coming from the cardio units, the staff of the cardio unit. They say a glorious birthday to one of our wonderful nurses at the UGMC cardio unit, Angela Ajwasam. Your presence and inclusion in the day-to-day activities within the medical center and our department makes a world of difference. You are so good at what you do, and we must say that your field of service worldwide is proud having you as a leading force and a kind foot soldier. So Angela Ajwasam, this is coming from your friends from the UGMC cardio unit. Happy birthday to you. And moving on from Angela, who are we celebrating again this morning? Mavis Opoku, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you, Mavis Opoku. This is coming from your little sister Benedicta to you. She wishes you a blessed year, a great year, a beautiful year, and an amazing one, of course. Have a great year, and may all that you pray for be your portion. She says that today we celebrate a gem, and may this year, new year, shine brighter than ever to you. So yeah, Mavis Opoko, this is coming from your sister Benedicta to you. Happy birthday. Away from Mavis, let's celebrate another amazing personality today. Mawena Gakpo, it's your birthday today. Happy birthday to you. Have a great year, have a blessed year, have an amazing year. From WoezorTV, wish you the very best that life has got to offer. Happy birthday to you, Mawena Gakpo. And moving on from Mawena, Portia Amankwa, it's your birthday today. The People's PA. Happy birthday to you, Lady Portia Amankwa. May this year be a great year for you. May it be a beautiful year for you. May it be an amazing year filled with a lot of God's love and God's blessings to you. Bask in the grace of God, and may this year be a splendid one for you. Happy birthday to you, Portia Amankwa, popularly known as the People's PA. And so that'll be a wrap for birthdays here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe this morning. Please do well to keep your wishes coming into our WhatsApp number 055-269-7939 055-269-7939. Let's celebrate you and your loved ones on your special day. Make sure we get your pictures and your wishes 3 p.m. the day before your birthday, so we can work on it and celebrate you specially. Randy Haji is on standby for newspaper review. Over to you, Randy.
All right, now thank you so much. Let's quickly take you to the dashboard, take a look at what the papers are reporting this morning. Let's start off with Daily Graphic. The front page of Daily Graphic has the big one. It says EMP unveils Damine Development Plan, airports, roads, health facilities among blueprints for Enclave. What else do we have here? GCB pays out 265 million Ghana cedis dividend after 5 years break. Eyes West Africa expansion. A story on page 53 of today's Daily Graphic. Let's do business. The graphic business says GFA's $400,000 gamble on Queros. $20 million windfall will trigger long-term contract. Is that the amount we are paying the man? Well, Godfred will give us the details on this story. Metro Lens says tricycle, not ambulances, GM. That's the caption. Page 10 has the details of the story. Anodompre commissions 5 community water projects to tackle 2022 offer the Kufuado support in Damine bid. I didn't wake to take over Damine. Goldfields gave me the offer. That's the caption right here. Giadek boss and board under fire over Ghana's bauxite concessions. And also Togwe Apede leads Ghanaian delegation to Global Trade Forum in US. That's what the paper is reporting. The Inquisitor says sidelining of Ghanaians in Ninahin bauxite deal. Giadek sparks anger. You have the picture of the people out there as well. But there is one here. Chairman Buga hits at Dr. Hamid. There's a story. If you have an interest, you read the details as well. Declining sales pushing us out of business. Yam sellers mentioned. That's on the front page of the Chronicle newspaper. But the big one says foreign investors to take over Ninahin bauxite. Stakeholders push back against alleged move. So it's a question the paper is asking. Mahama promotes 19 senior police officers. Here you see them being decorated as well. The new Crusading Guide has an interesting one. Fury over Ninahin bauxite deal. Gierek boss board under flux for snubbing Ghanaian firms. What else do we have? Daily Guide. I think the Ninahin story is dominating. The caption says local companies deserve fair chance. That's according to the chief, and that's a story on page 3 of the paper. AG OSP relationship broken beyond repair. A story on page 6 of the newspaper as well. The new publisher, economic revival not cosmetic, force Intel's global investors. And also stop eating banku, big fufu at night. John Mahama wants Ghanaians. Interesting how people are blowing that out of proportion anyway. But the custodian newspaper says NDC seeks to crumble OSP. John Daku says, and that's what the paper is saying. Achim Odoman ends ties with Abuakwa Traditional Council. Let's move on to some other newspapers. The Daily Times, it says that Amokrom community gets new school to improve access to education. You can read the details of that story as well. Graphic Sports, Ampem Dakwa win Women's Premier League title. They've always been dominating. And that story is on page at the back page of the Graphic Sports newspaper. Can Queriers tighten Black Stars porous defense? Question the paper is asking. Ghana will give England, Croatia, Panama nightmares. Semenyo once, and he was in action yesterday for the Manchester City. Is Arsenal about to bottle another Premier League title as Manchester City beat the Gunners at home to come closer to winning the league? No, Arsenal will not bottle it at all. Hope still there. And that's it with the WoezorTV newspaper review segment. Now he's on standby to give us the details of these captions. Now, over to you.
Thank you so much, Randy. Time now for the WoezorTV report. Let's take a look at the headlines. The news in details. President John Dramani Mahama has cut short for the construction of a 24-hour economy model market at Kukuo in the Tamale metropolis as part of his resetting Ghana tour of the northern region. The market is designed to operate around the clock, providing a fully serviced commercial hub for traders, farmers and residents. Belinda Nankwansa has more in this report.
President John Dramani Mahama has cut short for the construction of a modern 24-hour economy market in Kukuo in the Tamale metropolis under the Resetting Ghana tour. The project forms part of a nationwide initiative to establish 24-hour markets across all 261 districts to boost trade and support continuous economic activity. The Kukuo market in the Tamale metropolis is expected to operate day and night and serve as a key commercial hub for traders and residents. Speaking at the ceremony, the president said the initiative is backed by plans for maize and rice processing factories to reduce post-harvest losses and stabilize food supply across the country.
Government is planning to establish 5 maize processing plants, factories. So one solution is to buy the excess produce and sell it later when during the lean season. The other solution is to buy it and process it. And so, like I said, with rice, there's one rice mill coming up. There's another rice mill going to be established in Fumbisi Valley, where they grow a lot of rice, so that we can buy off all the rice from the farmers that they are producing. And then we're going to establish 5 new maize processing plants. And so with corn too, they'll buy all the corn that is available off the farmers, and they'll process it both for local consumption and also for export.
He also addressed long-standing water challenges in Tamale and Damango, assuring residents that steps are underway to provide a more sustainable water supply system.
So I can assure you that we are going to fix the Tamale water problem. This new system is going to bring 30 million gallons of water every day to Tamale. While we are about to start the new water system, I've asked them to change the old pumps at Dalong so that we can pump some more water. Some of the pumps are very weak. So very soon you notice an improvement in the water supply, because we're going to put new pumps to replace the old pumps. And then at the same time, we'll be drawing the water from Yape all the way to Tamale South, so that 30 million new gallons of water will be available for Tamale.
The Tamale market, sitting on about 3.5 acres of land, is the largest model under the program nationwide, reflecting the scale of the metropolis as a commercial hub. The project is expected to be completed within 24 months. Reporting from Kuku in the northern region for WoezorTV, Belinda Kwanta.
At Bimbilla, the president again cut short for the construction of another 24-hour economy model market. The project is expected to create jobs and stimulate agro-processing industries. There's more in this report.
Same promise to expand economic opportunities and support local production is beginning to take shape in the northern region as government rolls out its flagship 24-hour economy market initiative under the Reset in Ghana tour. President John Dramani Mahama has cut salt for the construction of one such market in Bimbilla. The project forms part of a nationwide rollout across all 261 districts, with the modern market expected to operate round the clock, drive commerce and support farmers and traders. At the ceremony, the acting president of the Nanun traditional area welcomed the initiative, expressing confidence in its potential to transform livelihoods.
The 24-hour economy initiative in particular offers great promise for our youth, our farmers, and our traders by creating jobs, stimulating enterprise, and improving livelihood. We have so much hopes for this because we trust the contractor you have chosen for us, for his work speaks for itself. As traditional authorities, we remain fully committed to partnering with your government to ensure peace, stability, and development in our area.
Addressing residents, the president underscored the importance of linking agricultural production to markets, describing Bimbilla as a key food-producing hub.
One of the important things in agricultural production is marketing. If you farm and you don't have a market to sell your produce, it's useless. And so there must always be a linkage between the farm and the market and the household. And so the market is the interconnection between the food on our table and the farmer producing in the field. And so Bimbilla being an important food producing area, it is only proper that Bimbilla should get one of the largest model markets.
He also called for quality execution of the project, stressing its long-term benefits and the need for proper maintenance. As part of the tour, the president further inspected ongoing work on a 300-bed capacity girls' dormitory at the Bimbilla EP College of Education, a Get Fund-supported project aimed at improving accommodation for students. The Reset in Ghana tour continues with more engagement across the region. Reporting from Bimbilla in the northern region for WoezorTV, Belinda Kwanta.
Now moving on, speaking at the same event, President Mahama clarified that tricycles being deployed under the free primary healthcare program are intended to support health workers in outreach services, not to serve as ambulances. According to him, the vehicles are equipped with compartments to safely store vaccines, allowing health personnel to maintain cold chain requirements while carrying out immunization and outreach programs.
I mean, if you don't understand something, ask. Don't jump to conclusion. Those tricycles are not ambulances. Those tricycles are meant for the health workers and the health volunteers to go from village to village for screening. That is what they are meant for. And so at the back of the tricycle, they have a compartment where they can keep vaccines. To keep the vaccines cool, it's at the back of the tricycle. In the north, a lot of our sisters who are health workers can ride motorcycles. And so when they go for health screening, they use motorcycles. In the south, many of the health workers cannot ride a motorcycle. But you need to give them a means of transport to be able to go and do the work you've given them. So in the southern parts where the health workers cannot ride motorcycles, they'll be given tricycles to go from village to village to do their work. In the north where they know how to ride motorcycles, the CHIPS compound will have a motorcycle. Our sister who's the nurse, she'll sit on it, she'll put equipment behind her and ride to the village and go and give them the attention they want. So let me emphasize again, those tricycles are not ambulances. I've seen a lot of people try to denigrate them and say that we're going to bring these as ambulances. They are not ambulances. They are vehicles for the health workers who are engaged in the primary health care program to go.
Still on the president, he has expressed confidence in a more stable power supply across the country as the government intensifies efforts to improve electricity delivery. According to the president, about 2,500 transformers have been procured and are currently being installed in the first phase of an intervention aimed at stabilizing power supply. He made the announcement during the visit to the Northern Electricity Distribution Company NEDCO yard in Tamale. Belinda Kwanta has more on this report.
Power supply in the country have received a boost as government rolls out a nationwide upgrade of electricity infrastructure. On Sunday, April 19, 2026, a visit to the Northern Electricity Distribution Company in Tamale formed part of activities under the Reset in Ghana tour, where ongoing interventions were assessed. The exercise includes the deployment of about 2,000 transformers in the first phase, aimed at replacing old and faulty equipment to improve the reliability of power supply. Addressing the media, the Minister for Energy and Green Transition assured residents that interventions are already underway, with timelines set to deliver improvements in phases.
And so let me assure the people of Ghana that in the energy sector, it takes a bit of time to plan, to go through procurement, and begin to deploy. The fortunate thing is that we are now at the deploying stage. And so we are installing these transformers and want to appeal to Ghanaians to bear with us. We are launching a system where wherever we are going to work, we'll pre-inform the customers so that they'll be aware. And when there are outages, please bear with us. It's for the good of it. These are very old machines or equipment that we should have worked on years ago. Be that as may, what Mr. President is directed is that we should take immediate action to address this challenge. And we are determined to address the challenge head on.
President Mahama also stressed the need for long-term solutions, including local production of transformers and improved response systems to power faults.
I'm looking to the day where all our transformers will be produced locally and we'll be able to stabilize the power situation in our country. So well done, NEDCO, ECG. We must just now improve our customer response time. And so we need a system where when customers call, there's a quick response to either rectify faults or something. I was discussing that with the minister yesterday. So I'm sure he'll get back in touch with you to see how we can get some proper call centers and employ young Ghanaians to sit there and respond to people when they call reporting faults. And then we must have teams that are responding immediately
a fault is reported. So after stabilizing the power, we need also better customer care and a quicker call response time.
The tour also took the president to the Ghana Senior High School in Tamale, where a 12-unit classroom block and a 5,000 capacity auditorium under construction were inspected to support expanding educational infrastructure. The visit forms part of broader efforts to improve service delivery and monitor key projects across the northern region. Reporting for WoezorTV from Tamale in the northern region, Belinda Anankwanza.
And now the president on roads, he says that 2,000 kilometers of roads are under construction nationwide alongside plans for new specialist health centers and agricultural reforms to boost productivity. Belinda Anankwanza again has more in this report.
Northern region were given the opportunity to directly engage government officials as the Resetting Ghana tour culminated in a citizen engagement town hall in Tamale. Held at the University for Development Studies Auditorium, the forum formed part of the government's accountability series aimed at updating citizens on key interventions while receiving feedback from the public. Addressing residents, President John Dramani Mahama assured that the country's economy remains stable, highlighting a significant drop in inflation and measures put in place to cushion Ghanaians against external shocks.
And so the first is just to assure you that the country's economy is in safe hands and that our economy is resilient and that despite the external events that are taking place, our economy is still sound and strong.
The president also addressed concerns over water supply in Tamale, outlining both immediate and long-term interventions to improve access.
Just by repairing the motors and putting new motors, we could increase the supply of water by several millions of gallons. And so that work has partly been done. We are finishing it, so you will see an improvement in the water supply. But the solution to Tamale's water will be to create a new source of water to feed into the Tamale metropolis. And the studies that have been done show that the best place to get that water is to the south, that is towards Yape. And so we'll build a new pumping station there, and we'll pump the water 21 miles from the White Volta River to Tamale.
The engagements brought together traditional leaders, stakeholders, students, residents, and government officials, providing a platform for dialogue on development priorities and governance. It also marks the end of the president's two-day Resetting Ghana tour of the northern region, with similar engagements expected in other parts of the country. Reporting from Tamale in the northern region for WoezorTV, Belinda Anankwanza.
Now, the Vice President, Professor Nana Jane Opoku-Agyeman, has called for urgent reforms to the global financial and development systems, stressing that the future of democracy depends on stronger, more equitable institutions. Speaking at the fourth high-level meeting of the Initiative in Defense of Democracy in Spain, the Vice President noted that defending democracy goes beyond elections, requiring sustained investment in the systems that support governance and development.
Fairly, and for all. Many of those are under strain, and nowhere is this more evident than in the multilateral system. The structures designed to maintain peace and coordinate cooperation are tested by geopolitical divisions, the uneven application of rules, and the growing questions about legitimacy. If we are serious about defending democracy, then reform of these institutions cannot be deferred. For Ghana, this includes a long-standing concern, that is the need to make the United Nations system, and particularly the Security Council, more representative of contemporary realities. The absence of adequate African representation continues to affect both credibility and effectiveness. Democratic legitimacy is also shaped by outcomes. Across much of the developing world, government's ability to deliver is constrained by structural factors, including limited access to affordable finance, debt burdens, and unequal terms of participation in the global economy. These issues directly raise the question of whether democratic systems can meet citizens' expectations. The recent United Nations resolution on the transatlantic slave trade is an important step in acknowledging this. The task ahead is to engage constructively to address these legacies in a spirit of partnership. This initiative must succeed, and it will do so by remaining open, inclusive, and grounded in practical cooperation. Democracy will not be sustained by alignment alone, but by institutions that work, economies that deliver, and a shared commitment to fairness. I thank you for your kind attention.
And now in other stories, the Ghana Export Promotion Authority has officially launched the 2025 non-traditional export statistics, highlighting a remarkable surge in the country's export performance. The event held at GEPA's office showcased not just data, but the resilience and growing strength of Ghanaian enterprise. According to the reports, Ghana's non-traditional export earnings rose significantly to $5.01 billion in 2025, up from $3.83 billion in 2024, representing an impressive growth of 30.7%. The increase is being attributed to the early success of the government's Accelerated Export Development Program. In a Facebook post, the Deputy Chief of Staff in charge of Operations, Stan Hoestedogbe, urged stakeholders to build on this momentum and push towards an ambitious target of $10 billion in non-traditional export earnings. This is seen as a crucial step in strengthening Ghana's economic independence and long-term stability. And again, in other news, the Chief Executive Officer of Engineers and Planners, Ibrahim Mahama, has pledged significant infrastructure investment for communities around the Damai mine following the takeover of its operation by his company. His comments came after the official handover of the mine to Engineers and Planners for onward production, marking a new phase in its management. Speaking after the handing over ceremony, Mr. Mahama said the company is already considering community-driven proposals, including the construction of sports facilities. He also announced plans to improve transport infrastructure in the area, including an airport project and a major road network.
To pledge, I want to say it for everybody to hear. I got a text from one of our young men in here. It says we should build astroturfs for all the communities, which we're looking to do. We've applied for Damai to have an airport, and Damai, within 6 months, will have an airport such that we can fly to Accra easily from here. You should have said all that I'm saying. I won't pay you this month. In the next 2 years, we'll be able to drive from here to Cape Coast on a concrete road or an asphalt road. I beg you, this is not political talk. This is real.
Now to the capital city. The Accra Metropolitan Assembly has intensified its cleanup exercise across the city ahead of the rainy season, focusing on the silting gutters and improving sanitation in the central business district. There's more by Godfrey Amwafu.
An assembly, AMA, has stepped up efforts to clean the city, the silt-choked gutters, and prepare for the upcoming rainy season. The mayor, Michael Kpakpo-Alote, says the assembly is determined to replicate last year's achievements where no lives were lost during the rains. As part of these efforts, the AMA embarked on a cleanup exercise on April 18 targeting the Central Business District. The exercise forms part of the National Sanitation Day initiative. However, during the exercise, Some shops were closed for non-compliance. Traders had been directed to participate in the cleanup exercise from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. before resuming business, but some defied the directive and opened their shops. The AMA Sanitation Task Force subsequently shut down those establishments.
The market women pleaded with us that because of the Easter, they want us to do it today. And we had an announcement. We spoke with them, we did media, TV and everything. But when we got here, the management of Senate, their manager, Apia, said the women should open the shop because they have paid money to the assembly. I'm the mayor. I don't know that when Your Excellency John Dramani Mahama brought the National Sanitation Day, the local government minister launched task for us to go out and make sure we'll do this National Sanitation Day. We'll have the National Sanitation Day. Senate said they have had permits so they can open their shops. But as I said, last year we were very soft. We were talking to them. We were educating the people that listen, this is what we have to do. It's good for the country. It's good for Accra. But this year, whoever will violate will make sure the law will take its course.
The Assembly has reiterated its commitment to enforcing sanitation regulations and urged residents and business owners to cooperate fully, emphasizing that collective responsibility is key to keeping Accra clean and safeguarding lives during the rainy season. For WoezorTV.
Time now for international news. Now, U.S. President Donald Trump says his representatives will be in Pakistan for talks about the Iran war. Iran state media, however, say reports about fresh talks with the U.S. in Pakistan are not true, although no official has clarified Iran's position yet. The U.S. delegation will be led by Vice President J.D. Vance, a White House official told the BBC. Trump threatens to strike Iranian power plants and bridges if a deal is not reached, the latest in a series of threats linked to the negotiations. Iran has also accused the U.S. of breaching the truce by blocking its ports. Ships have again come to a standstill around the strait after Iran closed it again. This brings us to the end of the WoezorTV report. Many thanks for staying with us. I am Karen Naoyukwoti.
If you're watching this with your friends, you'll probably make a joke.
Because you know what you feel on the inside isn't what you want people to know.
If you have to pretend to be happy, find someone you trust and tell them.
If you get mad at things and you don't know why, or have thoughts about hurting yourself,
find someone you trust and tell them. You are never alone when you share.
Seriously, people care about you.
It's okay to not understand what you're feeling.
And it's easy to think that you're all alone.
But you don't have to be.
You're never alone when you share. Don't be ashamed to tell someone you trust what you're feeling.
You're not alone.
You are not alone.
Find someone you trust and tell them.
Tell a parent.
Tell a teacher. Tell a brother or sister. Or just tell a friend.
You haven't done anything wrong.
Talk to someone.
Talk to someone. It's how things get better.
My name is Godfred Amwafo. Let's start from the Ghana Women's Premier League, that is the Malta Guinea. Because as I speak, I'm pinned down. Ladies by 2-1. In that game, they came from behind to win in that encounter. The win secured Ampim ladies the league title and allowed them to equal Hazakis ladies' record of 5 championship titles. The Hazakis ladies took the early lead in the 38th minute when Abiba Issa scored a header from a free kick. Milot Pukua won the foul and led to the goal, and Hazakis went into halftime leading before eventually losing the match to Ampim Dakwa on that regard. So congratulations to the ladies for winning the title 2025-2026 season in the Ghana Malta Guineas Premier League in that regard. So that's the highlights, some excerpts of the game on your screens at the moment. But then away from that and still on women's football, the Black Maidens dominated Togo's under-17 women's team with a 6-0 win, completing an 8-0 aggregate victory to advance in the FIFA under-17 Women's World Cup qualifiers. Early goals from Juliana Jechua in the 7th minute, Zenab Shani in the 14th minute, and Sekinatu Amadu in the 20th minute gave Ghana a strong 3-0 lead, with Shani adding another before halftime to make it 4-0. Ghana maintained control in the second half, with Priscilla Mensah scoring in the 77th minute, and Captain Saidutu also sealing the win in a stoppage time for the ladies in that regard. The victory secures Ghana's place in the next round, where they will face Liberia's under-17 women's national team in that regard. That's the highlights on your screen. Do enjoy some few minutes before we continue with the story.
In the last 7 minutes. That's a lovely play again from the Ghanaians. Makes their way into the box. Oh, I was trying to bring it across. Penalties have got a corner kick advantage. That's a very poor touch, isn't it? The Ghanaians have been very dominant in terms of the youth level. Here's a Samoa running through traffic of rest, and that is the second one. Is Zenab Sane with Ghana second, and the Black men is absolutely loving it here.
I'm sure you have the full highlights later on this same channel, so do stay tuned with us as we continue our schedule for today. But then let's talk about the MTN FA Cup, because Dreams FC reached the 2025-26 MTN FA Cup final after trailing 3-2 victory over Mediama SC at Swedru Sports Stadium. Kevin Ahiabo scored in the 23rd minute and Shura Seidu in the 36th minute, giving Dreams a strong first half lead, and they held on despite Mediama's second half comeback. Now, Nations FC elsewhere also secured the final spot with a 1-0 win over Aduana FC, thanks to an early goal from Emmanuel Ano in the 7th minute and a solid defending led by Razak Simpson. In that regard, the result set up a historic FA Cup final between Dreams FC and Nations FC, marking Nations FC's first ever appearance in the final in that regard. So congratulations to the two teams, Nations FC and Dreams FC, making it to the finals of the MTN FA Cup for this season of course, it's going to be another KG1 that we will be marking on our calendar in that regard. But then let's talk about the FIFA World Cup that is upcoming in about just 2 months to come. Remember that some time ago, Ghana launched fundraising for that, and as a result, a lot of people have been asking questions as to how much money that the fund has raised so far. So it all boils down to accountability. Now, government has affirmed its commitment to transparency in managing funds for the Black Stars 2026 World Cup preparations. All donations will be made into a dedicated Bank of Ghana account to ensure accountability. Now, it has also announced that weekly updates and pledges collections will take place every Thursday as part of a $30 million fundraising campaign. Major contributions have already been made by corporate donors, and officials are encouraging continued support for the team's preparation. And so we are going to see an account of the money on every Thursday, and so we are looking up to it for the first one that will probably take place in this week. So of course you will get to know how much has been raised, from which entities, and how are you going with the fundraising so far. So we are going to have the account on every Thursday. That is what the Deputy Finance Minister has made us being aware of, and so we are going to give you that update subsequently for you to understand. So if you have already paid, any amount that you've paid will be accounted for before the day for the World Cup. Now let's zoom straight to the English Premier League. The center of attraction was on the Manchester City and Arsenal game as to whether Arsenal will be winning this season Premier League. Yesterday's game was part of it. Manchester City beat Arsenal 2-1 with Ryan Cherki and Erling Haaland scoring to cut Arsenal's Premier League lead to just 3 points. Kai Havertz equalized for Arsenal after winning the ball from Gianluigi Donnarumma, but later missed key chances, including a late free header. Here's the highlights of that game: Arsenal Man City. And so the point closest to just 3 points with 5 games to go. Will Arsenal continue to lead to the end of the season to carry the trophy, or it will shift to Manchester City? A lot of pundits are saying the trophy this season will be colored with blue and white, signaling a win for Man City. But Arsenal fans are not in agreement with that. They believe that they still lead the league log with about 3 points gap, and so they are still in a pole position to win this season's league. Time will tell whether Randy's Arsenal will go ahead to win this season or not. I think he's made some vows. Let's see how that will come to play. If they don't win this season, you see how you deal with him in the studios. But he's been, a great supporter of the team. Die hard, of course. And so we give him his champagne if they win also. Well said. Mikel Arteta has a lot of job to do. Now let's go to Spain, because Real Sociedad over the weekend did something marvelous, defeating Atletico Madrid on penalties to win their 4th Copa del Rey title, with Unai Moreno saving 2 spot kicks in the shootout. Now the match went into extra time and penalties after Let's Go twice came from behind during the normal time. Sociedad scored the fastest goal in a Copa del Rey final as Ander Barentexia headed in after just 14 seconds. Goals from Ademola Lookman and Mikel Oyotaba penalty after a foul by Juan Musso kept the game tightly contested before the shooter. Here's the highlights of that game. And so congratulations to Real Sociedad winning the Copa del Rey over Atletico de Madrid in that regard. But then let's also shift to Germany, where Vincent Kompany's Bayern Munich have been crowned the champions of the Bundesliga. Now Bayern Munich rally past Stuttgart to seal record 35th Bundesliga title. Bayern Munich won the Bundesliga title for a 35th time, of course, at the Allianz Arena. Now Stuttgart took an early lead through Chris Führich, but Rafael Guerreiro equalized at 10 minutes later for Bayern. Nicolas Jackson then scored 2 minutes after Guerreiro to complete Bayern's comeback and secure the win for Vincent Kompany's team, Bayern Munich. So here's the highlights of that game. Bayern winning the 35th Bundesliga title. It was a day to remember in the Bundesliga. Enjoy.
Wow.
They are already in the semi-finals of the UEFA Champions League, and they've been crowned the champions of the Bundesliga in that regard. And so we know what is out for the Bayern Munich side, which happens to be in Germany. Of course, we can expect more titles. It's a good day for Harry Kane. Remember, he spent most of the time at Tottenham winning nothing, but just about 3 seasons in and counting in Bundesliga. He's seen so many trophies to his credit for what he's done in world of football. So I think that a lot of people are saying that football is now fair to Harry Kane. He's no more the cursed one. Of course, that we've been made to know when it comes to records and trophies in football. This is where I draw the curtains for sports. My name is Godfred Amwafo. Entertainment is up next. Do stay.
Okay, next one. Sit down. Look to camera.
This is what it looks like to be exceptional, to stand out from the crowd, to make history. But what if women didn't have to be exceptional? What if they didn't have to be the first, the best, or the only woman? What if being a female engineer wasn't remarkable? What if women and men could compete as equals? I don't want to make history. I don't want to be the only woman. I want to be one of many.
Embarrassed. Too embarrassed to speak to a loved one. Too embarrassed to speak to your doctor.
Too embarrassed. When in our lifetime, 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer.
Let me repeat that. 1 in 4 black men will be diagnosed with prostate cancer. 1 in 12 black men will die from prostate cancer disease.
1 in 12. That could be your dad, even your older brother, uncle, or grandfather.
You need to make sure they are not embarrassed to speak to you or their doctor about it.
Hey, Dad, have you had your prostate checked out? See? How hard is that? It's easy. Just start the conversation.
Prostate cancer is survivable if caught and treated early enough.
Don't let embarrassment stop you having this important conversation.
You may save someone's life.
Not just your own.
Good morning, happy new week. You're welcome to the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe, and this is the entertainment update. I am Evergreen Asanto. Now this morning, I've got news for you. Over the weekend, a lot happened, and even on Friday, we had some great news here and there. And for one of the standout moments that happened over the weekend is that Okyeame Kwame celebrated his 50th anniversary. And guess what? Rihanna has also made history, and I've got news and gist for you. So believe me when I say I've got news. But of course, let's start off with some local stories and let's see what is happening. As I was saying, so it was a night of music and memories as Okyeame Kwame marked his 50th anniversary or birthday in style. Now held at the +233 Jazz Bar and Grill on April 18th, the OK at 50 celebration brought together industry figures including KKD alongside other top stars. Now the event reflected Okyeame Kwame's long-standing impact on Ghana's music scene, with guests gathering to honor his legacy and contributions over the years.
Well, of course, there are no downsides to the side hustle. Next, store up water, but just don't store it up in reserve for too long before some algae. Next, know that up to 70% of the human adult body composed of water.
So a huge congratulations and a big happy belated birthday going out to Ochiame Kwame. These are some of the things I always say that we love to see. It was a night to remember. If you were there, I know you had so much fun and enjoyed yourself, from performers to every single thing that happened on the stage. I saw Adina, Kweku Darlington, you know, Kwame Eugene, quite a lot of stars. Charlie. It wasn't easy. It wasn't easy at that event. But a happy belated birthday going out to you once again, Ochiame, and we're looking forward to the project. Hopefully you were able to raise enough funds to be able to help you complete the project as you stated. Now, away from that, Flavor is also back in the news. Yes, the Flavor you love, the Flavor I love, the Flavor that we all love. And we're talking about the Nigerian musician, and it was a proud father moment for him as the singer celebrated his adopted son, which is Sema Wefo, on his 20th birthday with a touching post on April 18th as well. Now, sharing a video of their time together, Flavor reflected on how far Sema has come since they first met in Liberia back in 2017. Now, their bond began after Sema impressed him with a performance at an orphanage, and a moment that led to their collaboration on Most High and a life-changing relationship.
You're my love. Kaima. Sema is 20 years old today. Sema is a big boy now. He's a man now. So, and I want you guys to address him as one.
For in Jesus' name, I cover everybody with the blood of Jesus. I cover Sema with the blood of Jesus Christ. Nothing bad shall happen to him in Jesus' name. He shall not lack in anything he does. He shall continue to grow up in peace and enjoyment in the name of Jesus.
Smile, man. Irokoli.
I will be singing. Today is my birthday, but I decided to gift you this for making me feel love, for the support, the care, and everything that you have done for 10 years.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Living la vida loca. I'm chilling with my papa. I be chilling with the family. Yeah, you know I got the remedy. Yeah, you know I got the family. Yeah, you know I got the remedy. Papa God, don't bless me. Papa God, you're not joking.
Papa, you made you want to play with listen and we don't judge.
Do I want to play what?
We listen and we don't judge.
Where?
So that is what happened over the weekend, and this is the same guy that we all saw in Lord Most High. Lord, you are the Most High, hallowed be thy name. Yeah, that song by Flavor back in 2017. So this is the kid, let me put it that way, the child we saw in the video singing beautifully and wonderfully and amazingly. Now he is 20 years and he doesn't even look like it. He looks way matured and so good, and these are some of the great things that God does in our life. It's so beautiful and very emotional video, isn't it? And when I saw it, I was like, God, wow. And I'm very sure that very soon we'll be hearing from him. I'm definitely sure, because now he's 20 and he's grown. Maybe he was schooling and doing other things, so I'm very sure that now he's mastered some one or two things, and maybe we'll be hearing more from him very soon. But these are some of the things I always say that we love to see. So Flavor, you have done amazingly well, and we love to see Sema once again on our timeline. Now let's move away from that and let's talk about something great that has also happened with Roverman Production, as consistency and creativity continues to pay off for them. So this production team or hub is led by Uncle Ebo White, and the company won Best Stage Design at the Theatre Mania Africa Awards in Nigeria for its production Husband Material 7 Yards. Now, the play, known for its mix of humor and real-life lessons on marriage and family, stood out for its visual execution, with Ebo White crediting both team and loyal audience for the achievement. So for those of you who love Uncle Ebo White so much that you wouldn't miss any of his stage play, this is your handwork, okay? Yes, he did it, but you made it possible. And this was a play that he staged some years ago. And it's so nice to see that it has achieved something great, or it has come a long way to receive this award. So congratulations going out to you, your team, and all the amazing audience who buy the ticket every single time to go and watch his play. I'm very sure that you should be proud of yourself if you even had the opportunity to witness this stage production. So these are also some of the things that we love to see. Now let's talk about Michael Jackson, and a new film about him is out. I told you about it, right? I mean, the trailer we've all seen it. Some people have also had the opportunity to have, let's say, first-hand view, first watch, and all of that. But on the 24th of April, this week, it is hitting the cinemas. And these are some of the things that are happening with the movie currently. So there's been conversations about it, and then the title of the movie is Michael, and the biopic traces his journey from child star to a global superstar, with his nephew Jafar Jackson taking on the lead role. Now, while the film is expected to draw massive audiences, questions remain about how it will handle the more controversial part of his life, making it one of the most anticipated and debated music films in recent years. And the trailer, or the trailers, are out. There's been I think there's about 2 or 3 of them. So they released the final trailer a week ago. So like I stated, this week on the 24th of April, we get to see Michael, the movie, the biopic of late Michael Jackson, the superstar, the music legend that we still talk about and love so much. One of the, in fact, the only musician receiving a huge sum of money, despite the fact that he's no longer living with us. That's quite amazing, right? So we get to see what exactly happened, and it's interesting because they use his family members too, and some other people, outside family, to do or create this movie. So I can only imagine. The trailers tells a lot, and I can't wait to have like a full-time experience with this biopic of Michael Jackson. Now, away from that, Rihanna, like I stated earlier, has reached a major and historic milestone in her career. Now, she has become the first woman to surpass 200 million Recording Industry Association of America certified singles unit, now cementing her place among the most successful artists globally. Now, what makes the achievement even more remarkable is that her last album, which is Auntie, was released in 2016. And yet, her music continues to dominate through streaming and digital sales, proving her lasting influence. So a huge congratulations going out to Bad Girl Riri. We love to see this. So this is also one of the things that people are talking about a lot on social media over the weekend, and people are still talking about it. So for those of us who love music so much and appreciate the craft behind some of these songs, this is interesting, this is great, this is beautiful when you see them. And that will be all for today's entertainment update here on the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. My name is Evergreen Asante. Thank you for watching. Remember that on Wednesday at exactly 2:00 p.m. here on WoezorTV, Tune Talk will come your way. So do well to join me. I'll see you tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of our programs.
we can be the generation that ends it for good.
Malaria must die, so millions can live.
Good morning, lovely viewers. It feels good to be back here again on the well-being segment on WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. My name is Stephanie Nakoshi Blankson. Today we are going to talk about the importance of medical screening, a simple but powerful step towards protecting your health. Medical screening is simply checking your health even if you feel perfectly fine. Many serious conditions such as hypertension, diabetes, high cholesterol, sexually transmitted infections, and some cancers may develop silently without early warning signs. By the time symptoms appear, some complications such as stroke, heart disease, infertility, kidney failure, and sudden death may already have occurred. That is why early detection is so important. Routine screening should include checking your blood pressure to prevent the dangers of hypertension, testing your blood sugar to detect diabetes early, and assessing your cholesterol level to prevent the risks of heart attacks and strokes. It is also essential for everyone who is sexually active to screen for STIs such as HIV, hepatitis B, and syphilis, because most of these symptoms do not show up early but can cause a long-term damage if untreated. It is also important to know your blood group and genotype. Knowing your blood group may be crucial in case of emergencies requiring for blood transfusion, and knowing your genotype before marriage helps prevent the risks of sickle cell disease in children. Women should undergo cervical and breast cancer screening, while men above 40 should consider prostate checks. And everyone should monitor their weight, know your kidney and liver function, dental health, vision, and even mental well-being. Medical screening is not about fear, it's about responsibility and prevention. Early detection saves money, prevents complication, and most importantly, saves lives. Do not wait until you feel sick before visiting the hospital. Take charge of your health now. Stay informed, stay proactive, and stay healthy. This has been the Wellbeing segment on WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. My name is Stephanie Nakoshi Blankson. Thank you.
years ago, in Dodowa, I inaugurated the beginning of the free primary health care program. And we handed over equipment and some vehicles to the CHIPS compounds. We demonstrated what each CHIPS compound was going to get. There are more than 6,000 CHIPS compounds in Ghana. And we showed what they were going to get in terms of equipment and all that. Amongst the equipment we presented, there were motorcycles, but there are also tricycles. Let me be clear. I mean, if you don't understand something, ask. Don't jump to conclusion. Those tricycles are not ambulances. Those tricycles are meant for the health workers and the health volunteers to go from village to village for screening. That is what they are meant for. And so at the back of the tricycle, they have a compartment where they can keep vaccines. To keep the vaccines cool, it's at the back of the tricycle. In the north, a lot of our sisters who are health workers can ride motorcycles. And so when they go for health screening, they use motorcycles. In the south, many of the health workers cannot ride a motorcycle. But you need to give them a means of transport to be able to go and do the work you've given them. So in the south...
All right, so welcome back. Thank you for still staying with us here on WoezorTV. Remember, this is the WoezorTV Breakfast Cafe. Let's actually head into the last leg of the whole show. Unfortunately, we don't even have much time to delve deeper into this particular topic. But of course, the president has been in the northern region for 2 days, Saturday and also Sunday, touring key areas of the northern region to ascertain the status of the projects initiated so far under his watch, and quite a number of things he spoke about. Yes, I love the fact that we brought back that particular video for clarification's sake. I mean, for all those who are going around making the propaganda, spewing lies and all of that, you heard the president explain into details what those auto rickshaw, is that the name? Yes, is being used for, or the keke or the pragya that we usually know it for. You're not going to see these things on the highways. You're not going to see them on the major roads. They are solely meant for the people in the rural areas, and it means a lot to these people. It's a major factor. I mean, it boosts their morale to even work and work harder. I mean, I told you, I saw a video yesterday. The lady talked about the fact that she was born and bred right here in Accra, but because of work, she had to go all the way to the northern part of the country. Access to some of these rural areas becomes a major problem. Even if it rains, you get it. So these bikes or these tricycles will help them discharge their duties with so much ease. And so, I mean, be a patriotic citizen and support this particular call. But there were other key areas that the president spoke about, and we'll just display that on the screen for you to also catch a glimpse. It wasn't just on health, but the president also spoke about the economy. But let me just run through a few of the things that he mentioned. If you recall, he stated, and I quote emphatically, that he says that we must continue to establish centers of excellence in our teaching hospitals and now begin to consider a specialized cancer treatment center here in Tamale. I mean, what else can you expect? So the plan to ensure that healthcare delivery in Ghana reaches every home or every household is still on. And basically bringing on this particular issue, I feel that it's one way to go. Now, let me bring you in on that. The president mentioned that they will begin to consider a specialized cancer treatment center in Tamale.
I think it's a step in the right direction, if you ask me, because the mere fact of being diagnosed with cancer is one thing, and getting the treatment also becomes another. Now, if you remember when Dr. Hilda was speaking earlier on the show, she mentioned that treating of cancer is very, very expensive. Now, she outlined a number of specialists you would need to make sure that you are treated of your cancer. Now, look at, so for what I know, you are going to do chemotherapy, and that alone, it's not one session, and it's expensive. For the people I know who've done it, It's not cheap.
Yeah.
And so look at that. You also have to go and see a clinical psychologist amongst many other people.
Yeah.
And so if you are traveling, say, from the northern part of the country, maybe the closest point of call can be Konfanoche.
Yeah. And
look
that's
at the transport, right? Are you going to be admitted in the hospital? How much is that going to cost you? Just for admission comes at this price. Now your medication is another. Your feeding is going to be another. Before you are going to pay for the various specialized care, they are all different costs on its own. And combining it all together, can they, as we say, can the ordinary Ghanaian afford all that? Sometimes even the transport from the various region, that part, the person's home region to the nearest point of specialist center, can a person afford it? So
and that even deters people from going.
Yeah, so you realize that then they would either accept their fate or do nyami beye, and it will deteriorate and then they eventually die. And so if you are going to have a cancer treatment center up north, it's going to help a lot, because then you see that the people from the various northern regions, even to the Bono East regions, can also get to benefit from that particular center, because they are quite closer. And then we can come down south and then look at the number of teaching hospitals and then the various other specialist hospitals, the cancer treatment centers we can establish in the various teaching hospitals. So I think it's a great step in the right direction. And it shouldn't just limit to cancer. There are various treatments that requires some of these specialized centers that the northern region especially lacks. I think a lot should be pushed there so that it can also lessen the burden of the people there, because being sick alone is one burden on its own. You are going through a lot. So imagine if it's a man, the person is a family man, having to take care of his wife and kids, and then maybe parents, siblings, now having to foot all these hospital bills too. It don't take a long time, and then you realize that the person is going to give up the ghost or kick their bucket. So it's a step in the right direction to help the people up north too, that if you are diagnosed with cancer, it won't be a death sentence. You won't be doing waiting for the day you will die, or do always going up and down, going to seek treatment, and eventually clear all your accounts or your coffers, and you didn't have anything to even live on.
Very well. But let me just put this out before we wrap up. So the construction and installation of cath lab systems at the Tamale Teaching Hospital, and so timeline has also been given. You look at the whole thing, it says that the project overview, a construction and installation of a modern cath lab and cardiology center to improve specialized heart care. You talk about the implementation. The project is being led by the Ghana Medical Trust Fund, Mahama Cares, and that's where Wobia Opokudako also comes in hard. Okay, and we are also aware. So for transparency's sake, I'm sure that's why they put out all of this. The contractor is ADB Ghana Medical Systems Group in partnership with Siemens Germany Facility Integrated Cardiology Center for Diagnosis, Treatment, Recovery, and Medical Training. And I'm more interested in the timeline, because most of the times we cut sword and we go back to sleep. The projects, sometimes we don't even get the results. So the timeline, February 2026, completion is August 2026. So we are in April, right? April, May, June, July, August. So in 4 months' time, we should be nearing that to see how it goes out as well. The equipment, advanced angiography system, and then the delivery is June 2026. Installation and commissioning 16th August 2026. Talking about the related projects, you can mention the Konfanoche Teaching Hospital, as you talk about, the new cath lab facility under we Kolibu Teaching Hospital as well. So basically, these are some of the things we should be seeing up north, and I am so happy that it's happening in the northern part of the country as well.
I like how integrated the system is going to be there, such that when you come in, get into the catheterization center, there's the pharmacy, there's the wards for recovery and all in one place. And so it's not like you being moved from one side to another, and then sometimes even movement becomes a problem when you are in some of these conditions. And so I like the fact that it's, as Mami Wobia Dakupoko say, it's a one-stop shop for everything. So when you get in there for treatment, just know that if you are coming in wielding, you'll be going out better. Either they are coming to wheel you in, establish or undertake whatever treatment it is on you, and then roll you out again. You are going to recover fully from there before you move out. And yeah, good step in the right direction. Kudos to Mahama Cares Initiative and yes, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama to run it.
Okay, now thank you. We need to go. Final words. It's a Monday morning.
Let's stay safe. Make sure you hit your timelines by Friday.
Yeah, very important. How you live the Monday will determine how your Friday will turn out to be. And I indicated that from the beginning that, Charlie, you need to be focused today so that it lingers on throughout the week for you as well. But we've got some number of people watching us. Big ups and shout out to all the guys watching from MoneyGrams Collections in Clickbo. Thank you so much for always tuning in and watching WoezorTV. MoneyGrams Collections, Charlie, thank you, we appreciate it. And to our special people at Somanya, yes, no two ways about it, the Somanya Kenke Sellers Association, we appreciate it. Keep watching WoezorTV. The trust you have in us is big. Bachman sends his regards anyway. He says he loves the fact that WoezorTV has redefined TV. Let me read the exact messages, please, so that I don't get it wrong. But basically, he tries saying that for a fact that we are able to mix the languages, you are bringing in Gan, somebody is bringing Ewe, and somebody is speaking Chi. He says, I love the way presentation on TV has taken a nice turn with you guys. Thanks to Karen, I call it in the mix. Gan, Ewe, Chi, Hausa, lovely. Good morning, guys. And that's from Harry Bachman as well. Yeah, Harry, we appreciate it. But at 11 there will be the government accountability series. The Minister for Local Government will be on to address the states on that as well. A big thanks to you for watching. Thanks to the entire crew for also helping put this one together. My name is Randy Ahaji and I've been doing this with Karen Oyokote. Hopefully tomorrow at 7 a.m. we are back with another great edition. Until then, it's a wrap for now.